exact version, all of these dependencies, right? And that is how we guarantee reproducibility in our builds, right? This is how it works. So yeah, that's basically the difference between the two, if that makes sense. I love your keyboard. I love you. Thank you. You have good taste. I'm just kidding. Not about loving you. I do appreciate you being here and the nice compliments. But you know, we all have our own taste. I just think you've got good taste. Doesn't mean I'm right. But I love my keyboard too. GNU make GCC core utils gawk gn used GNU grep. Cool, right? And so now what I'm doing is I'm telling Nick's packages, or I'm telling this derivation really, right? That GNU tar, gzip, GNU make, GCC, core utils, gawk, GNU s or GNU sed. Oh, I just realized what that is. GNU sed. Duh. And then GNU grep, right? All of these are going to be added. And then look, actually, spoilers, right? If we go back to the builder, look, GNU tar, GCC, GNU make, core utils, right? Somebody asked, where does that come from? That's where these come from, right? So when we inherit these, we're literally inheriting them, and then we're evaluating them as strings in the bash script, right? And we'll get more into that in a second, but that's the TLDR. This is how we add. So again, if I was like, I need node, right? I would just be like inherit node.js, right? There you go, attribute from. And then now I just do node.js bin, bam. Now I've got node in my environment. So that's how that works. Make sense, chat? Cool. All right, let's keep moving on. Okay, so we've got all of our other binaries that we need for our build. We've got the script that we're going to pass to it as an arg, as well as the builder, which is just bash, right? And the name of the build, which is hello, right? We've got a couple other things we need to do. We need to add bin tools. So bin tools, bin utils.bin tools. I'm going to add that really quickly. Source, right? So this is literally the source code that we downloaded, right? So we need to tell it, hey, what is the source? And if we notice, if we go back to our shell script, right? Source. See? So even source, basically every single one of these things you might notice becomes an environment variable. That's because it does. Essentially, the derivation, when it goes to build, will take all of these values and give it to you as an environment variable so that you can reuse it in your script. And so that's how we're able to add more to them, is essentially every single argument also becomes an environment variable. So source in this regard literally becomes /tar.gz, except for this gets moved to the store. So this becomes a bit more than just that. It becomes a different actual path, but it's the file that we needed. Okay, and then system is the last thing. We're going to say built-ins dot current system. Oh, I spelled that wrong. SYS system. There we go. Built-ins current system. Bin utils. Bin utils. Is that really a thing? I guess it is, huh? Bin tools. Okay, cool. All right. And so chat, when we talk again about just trying to compare it to what we know, right? On the left side. Oh, come on now. On the left side here. I do not know why it does that. On the left side here, we'll see two things, right? First, our custom builder that we made with the binaries added to the path, right? As well as the steps it's going to take to building our software, right? And then the second thing is our Nix derivation, right? And this is where we import all of our packages to use or any other, derivations we need essentially. And then we create a derivation and we say like, all right, we're not just going to import some derivations or some existing built software. We're also going to build our own software, right? The name of that software is hello. The builder of it's just going to, or basically the thing that runs when we build something. So if you think about a builder in general, right? And you're like, I need to configure it. I want to make it configurable, right? I don't want it to be imperative to where I can just like run commands and stuff, but I want a configurable builder, right? Well, you can either use a binary that already exists that is configurable, right? Or you have to provide it something. So as a person building this, system, you basically go, okay, well, the builder can be anything. The user has to provide that to us. So when we give it bash, we're not like we're not actually building software with bash. What we're doing is we're running a bash shell, and then we're running our builder script